Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing, a ridiculous thing. I went and did the whole tentacle tickling thing, tickling it 10 times, assuming that that would be a perk or something. Nope, turns out it was an achievement. I didn't notice that that was unlocked in the moment, but just looking over in Steam for a second there, and yeah, there was an achievement associated with that only 7% of users have found, so there was a gag there after all. What's going on at the gazebo? Did they, because of my editing of that, we have a vagrant? This looks like our buddy Charles. Looks like the change you made to the sign had an effect. There's a hobo hanging out here eating sandwich cream right in front of the jar. Hi there, enjoying that sandwich cream? Sure am. I can't get enough of this stuff. That's probably why everyone calls me Creamy Steve. Probably, yeah. Best sandwich cream in the tri-state area right here. It's a traditional recipe. Ask him about the hobo code. I can ask him right now rather than catching up with him later, which is really nice. Do you know any hobo code? Is it Creamy Steve that you know? Is one of them cream? Yep, and the other one is here. Here, cream, here. Gross. Ask about something else. Tell him about the hobo camp. I bet they'd be interested in this cream. Oh, huh? You think so? I'd love to share this with other like-minded individuals. Sure, you can set up an extremely specific trade route. Sold! Creamy Steve runs into the gift shop to get more cream for the road. Okay then. Alright, nice. What is our hobo code knowledge up to? 10? 11? Something like that? 12! 12. Man, that's gotta provide access to like the majority of hobo codes. How high could it possibly go? Okay, I don't really need to go like track down the hobo that I just sent off there. And I realize that I'm still in the middle of this like little mystery. You know what? I'm focusing on that. I thought of a couple things that would be worth going back to in Ocean City. I'm not doing it yet. Do you know what? I actually wrote it down. I wrote down for myself a very short list of the things that I intend to do after we carry on with this little mystery here. So I have a couple things that I can bring with me. I had the rubbing and from the diary. So this one is the doll. Well, this one is very clearly connected to the vandalism. Then there was also the making of a weird doll, and one other thing. We will go back. We'll confirm what we need there, because it's unclear which one of those clues the one is going to direct me back to. So please do remind me. I'll be right back. Oh, I accidentally opened up a new thing, but I think it's different. What? Again? Do you have some kind of guts problem? Yeah, man. Leave me alone about it. Private. I must have eaten some bad whatever people eat in the late 17th century. Okay, well, try and get it all out this time. Ew. I hereby suspend this trial for a short recess. We can hope it's short. Stealing the pocket watch. Making a dumb-looking doll. The pocket watch is the main one that I don't think I have a way to argue against. He wants everything, he has his money, lives in a big house. I should have used a much stronger curse. Yeah, so I think that's the main thing that we're missing right now. And I should go into the Proctor house here and see what's all there. And maybe we can find the pocket watch, and then that would confirm that it wasn't stolen. Looks like this chessboard was abandoned mid-game. You consider the board for a moment, then make a move. Now white is winning. Too bad, black. Well, maybe when I go back to the present time, I can check on that again and do something with it. It's an heiress depicting several heiresses. Hide behind it. I guess that won't come up yet. Excuse me, can I help you with something? No, thanks, I'm fine. What I'm getting at is, why are you in my house? Oh, I'm just looking around. I'm not one to be inhospitable to uninvited guests, even total strangers, but I do have company at the moment, so if you'll excuse me... Oh, sure, no problem. Now we can hide. You hide behind the heiress, hoping the Proctors aren't genealogically Danish. Fortunately, Miss Proctor doesn't seem to have noticed your move. Her conversation gradually returns to a less hushed, more easily eavesdroppable volume. Proctor, Danish Proctor, Proctor Danish, Danish heiress. I'm fishing there. There's some sort of joke, I'm guessing, between a Danish air-ass that I'm missing. Something very specific that I don't have the cultural background for to know. Drop those eaves. Oh, I swear I wasn't dropping no eaves. Did I mention we've been picking out some new furniture for the bedrooms? Oh, really? Yes, bureaus and armoires and such. The piece of destroyed furniture that we don't know what it was, right? I found a delightful little nightstand for Peter's room. It even has a secret compartment in it for when he's older and needs to hide sinful lithographs from us. Oh, how charming. Like, for playing music, like devil worship all the way back to the origins of recorded music. How interesting. But we're unable to go upstairs. Miss Proctor shoots you a stern look. Fortunately, she's too genteel to just throw you the heck out of her house. She returns to her conversation, though at a level too hushed for you to hear. We'll have a few things to check up on in the modern times. Modern as in present times. It's hard to, but it's like 100 years old in the game still. Leads down to the root cellar. Presumably the doors are locked with an expensive German combination lock requiring a 5-letter word. Enter a combination. Well then, that I don't know. And there's a bunch of letters that aren't even present. There's truly not many to go off of at all. This... Nope. There's probably a gag for having a stupid combination entered, so... Nope. Oh well, those roots are probably sour anyway. I doubt there's anything in the cemetery that has to deal with that. Anyone who's just a 5-letter word... Putnam isn't 5 letters, that's... Proctor. I feel like there was totally something odd in the cemetery in the other time there, so I will check on that to see if a specific word stands out. I can still keep fishing in this. I swear I've fished in it numerous times at this point. Maybe I hadn't done that. I'd gone back to the... I've done so much fishing. You reel in a pair of old shoes. They're called saddle shoes because, like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Ride the ground like a horse. Well, it's been a while since I switched up my silly walking, so I am actually pretty interested and excited to have an opportunity. Clam jerky. It's always nice to get a gift from a kindly stranger, but it's especially nice when that gift is dried flesh. I don't know if, like, each day fishing reservoirs open up with new options. False cheese. This is a wedge of stinky cheese minus the cheese. It looks like you caught everything. And I have fished through the well. Okay, I did remember that correctly. I imagine... Wait a minute. Didn't this house used to have a cellar? Okay, perfect. Then I can just sneak straight down. You dig, revealing crumbling set of stairs leading down. And then maybe down there I'll find the passcode, and then I'll be able to use that back in the past. This is my new theory. But also, I have like numerous things here that I want to try and deal with. Go to the 2.5 floor. Oh, I could never actually go into the rooms, could I? I couldn't, but there was an option for something there. This velvet rope is keeping you out of Peter's room despite the fact that you have legal authority to search it. Kind of. Get rid of it. You unhook the velvet rope and stash it somewhere out of mind. Maybe that'll come back at some point though and I'll just bust it out. Door is no longer blocked. Just a regular mirror, a half-height dressing mirror. Wow. This kid had his very own sculpture of a toy box. It's solid mahogany. The tiny little windows, custom child height window. This child's bed from 100 years ago is still nicer than any bed you've ever owned. And Peter Proctor's nightstand, you presume? I hope it's like Peter Proctor pick a patch of pocket watches or something, they play around with that. The only thing inside is a sheet of paper listing several things that must have been taken away by the Historical Society for Restoration and Cataloging. A bag of fancy glass marbles and steel ball bearings. A fake spider made of horsehair and copper wire. Stuff like that. Nothing that seems relevant to the trial. But check the hidden compartment. You reach inside the drawer and feel around until you find the little catch that makes the secret compartment pop open. Oh, what's this? A severed ragdoll arm. So this connects to the doll having that extra arm? This seems suspicious, but isn't that the problem with Patricia's doll, that it has too many arms? Yeah, so it started with 4 and got brought down? Or like that he's just adding arms to the doll to mess with her? That one's double roped. It's so good. That was the joke, that it's especially off limits. Yeah, they put 2 ropes. That's amazing. I missed that, like the visual part of that gag before, which realistically was the main part of the gag. Nothing there to be talked about. And has this changed? This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory between good and evil. White is winning, representing the triumph of the witch hunters over the town's terrifying witch cult. So I believe that would have changed things moving forward, which is cool. The hole leading to their cellar, we head on down. Okay, there's a tear and a pocket watch. This ancient chalk marks these are most rubbed away and indiscernible, but they might have been part of an ancient ritual circle. In the middle of the circle, you see the broken pieces of an old pocket watch. Was there actual witchcraft going on here after all? Spooky. Empty shelves, ancient trash, nothing but burned books, and a shadow rift. Ooh, do a cat thing to just catch these mice? Nope, you just stop and lick yourself. But it's like we're rounding up the mice into this. Part of nothingness is missing here. The way the cat walks is so funny, I love it. In you all go. Chase you back. It seems like some of them I just have to scare more than once. Oh no, maybe they are a little bit like being directed by how I approach them. You there, little mousy. What's your deal? You like a secret, special, ancient being? Oh yeah, making some quick biscuits there too. Doing a cat thing has multiple potential results, which is very funny. Cats do have lots of weird things that they like to do. Just checking the far reaches there. Nothing. Just look at those little shuffling paws. What a cute little cutie. Do I have any cats in the room with me? Nope. God, what? We're just gonna like chase one at a time. I'm almost certain that the angle I'm approaching matters, and I'm just not having any real luck with it. Come on. You damn creature. There. Now go. Go that way. You're not even getting closer. Maybe you're getting slightly closer? Slightly. Come on. Come on. There it is. What a frustrating little animal that was. A throbbing ring of negative energy around an oversized rat shape. Close it up. You carefully fold those little sections of the rift up with the pliers until you've got it completely closed. Oh, leave this rat race behind. It's funny, I almost missed that. I basically had to half fill it in because I went past it so quickly, but the joke was so obvious in hindsight. The worn and dusty remains of an ancient ritual circle. That, I guess... But I didn't actually grab any piece of evidence to take with me. So maybe I do still need to check up on something here. Thomas, yeah, geez, none of them made it very long, did they? Delia is a 5-letter word, but I don't know if those have the right letters. I don't think it does, actually. He was a duty head until the very end. Is duty? Is there a chance that duty is the right thing? Who made that epitaph? What was it? The girl who vandalized things? 230. Proctor, our town founder. Then no, there isn't really any new information from there to suggest what the 5-letter word I might need would be. Am I crazy? Did it in some way indicate that it was going to be a German word? I don't... Why do I have that in mind right now? German combination lock. So that makes me much more uncertain. There are only 10 available letters to choose from, and they're the same in every single one of these, and so there's going to be such a limited selection of things that it could actually be. And I don't know if it's a puzzle or like a gag. I need something to go off of that would lead me down there. It would make so much more sense if it were something that I acquired in this time to then go back and use. That's the opposite house of what I need, isn't it? Dark sorcery, 2 weathered. Oh wait, who stands accused? So this is this is like a reference back to the old trial, but the trial is incomplete, so there's like no information on it. That's very funny, actually. That I love the way they're playing around with the 2 different timelines and how changes you make start affecting things in the future. Very, very funny. And nothing German that I can see to go off of. These toilet adjacent weirdos. Don't know why an outhouse is like their whole thing. Could this check the footnote? It's pointed out to us that this Eras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of the Pas-de-la-Calais department of northern France. Right, yes, we've gone through all of that. And I don't know if that ties into the Dutch thing. Pardon our dust. I'm basically scanning these for something that seems like a German word in 5 letters. Is there a chance that it would be something like Peter? I don't think the right letters were there for that. Such weirdly limited set of letters to work with too. I'm scared to initiate the trial, in that there's a chance I don't have everything that I'll need for it, and I worry that if I start it without having everything to prove. Oh yeah, I didn't put on the shoes. Just the butt scooting. Awesome. Love it. Great return there. Is that really walking like a horse? I don't think that's how it works. Damn. That made so much sense to me. And is very much not what I need to be doing. Or where I need to be looking for that clue. Ooh, okay, I'll talk to Miss Danforth. I ran into Tom at the church playing with the other kids. He seems like a real smart cookie. Oh my, yes, he takes after his father. Always got his nose in a book. It'd be nice if they got to spend more time together, but the pocket watch Clarence got Tom for his birthday has helped. Pocket watch? Yes, a fine gold pocket watch to help keep track of when he'd be back, Clarence said. Tom really cherishes it. Do you know the boy said he wants to be buried with that watch? Buried with it? Wow. Okay. Well, that makes a hell of a difference, doesn't it? I think we're going grave robbing. Surely there's a solution that wouldn't require that. Yeah, I'm gonna dig you up. Sorry, man. Very sorry. Well, look at that. Tom got his wish after all. I'm not going to address the fact that we just cracked into a coffin hundreds of years old. Probably disgusting. This gold pocket watch has "To my son Tom on his 12th birthday" engraved on the inside of the lid. Well, there. We managed to get that. Which is weird. I want to see if any weird, I don't know, anomaly or paradox happens if you go downstairs and go and see the broken pocket watch that's down there. Why would that be down there, actually, if we have it ourselves here right now? That I don't entirely understand. And it's making me feel like maybe I was never meant to be able to solve this, or it's like a more deeply layered puzzle than I'm able to solve. But I think that means we have everything now. Probably. That's 4 things to disprove 3 parts of this case. So hopefully we can dismantle the whole system with that evidence. Let's build our case, dismantle his case, make our accusations, whatever we gotta do here. I'm back. Where were we? Patricia's accused of stealing my pocket watch, vandalizing the outhouse, and making a weird asymmetric 3-armed doll. Which, asymmetric is the developer behind this game. I wouldn't really consider that a reference, it's kind of just a use of a word. I promise I didn't. Promises don't count in a court of law, you gotta prove it. But it's okay, Patricia, I've got this. I have evidence that proves Patricia didn't steal the pocket watch. Well then, present it to the court. Here it is. This is your pocket watch, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, it is. Wow, thanks. Where did you find it? I'd rather not say. It isn't evidence if you don't tell us where you found it. It might have been in her house or something. Alright, well, I found it in your grave. What? I'm a time traveler from the future. I heard your mom say you love the pocket watch so much you want to be buried with it when you die. So I went back in time and dug up your grave to see if it were. And you were. And there it is. That's crazy. You're crazy. Possibly, but it's true. And the fact that you were buried with the watch, Tom's, means that you eventually would have found it wherever you lost it. So Patricia didn't steal it. Tom squints at the watch in thought, then winds it and holds it up to his ear. I mean, that doesn't really make sense because he could have just reacquired it by any number of means. It still works. The fine craftsmanship's still working after 236 years. They won't make them like that anymore. Oh, too sad, too real. Okay, but this doesn't prove Patricia didn't take it. Maybe I found it in her house, or she will give it back to me or something. Maybe, but it's a closed loop now. We can't ever know how you would have gotten your watch back, because now you got it back because I just gave it to you. And isn't that all you really wanted, was to get your watch back? You never really believed Patricia stole it? I would like to know what happened to it, but yeah, you're right. Sorry, Patricia, I hereby withdraw my accusation. Thanks. So, where does that leave us? Since you solved the matter of the pocket watch, kind of. Patricia's just accused of vandalizing the outhouse and making a weird 3-armed doll. I have evidence that proves Patricia didn't write the graffiti. Although I thought it kind of did. No, whose diary was it that we were matching that up to, the writing? Let's see it. Ahem. I have 2 pieces of paper. This one is a rubbing from the outhouse showing the graffiti in question. Peter Proctor is a stinky... Yes, that's the graffiti in question, alright. My father basically owns this crummy town. You won't get away with this slander, Patricia. Technically, it's libel, not slander. What's the other piece of paper? This is a page from somebody's diary. Someone who clearly thinks Peter Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. And if you compare the handwriting to the graffiti, they're a perfect match. Wow, they sure are. Whose diary is this from? The diary this came from belongs to Delia Putnam. What? Give me that. She snatches the diary page away from you. Wait a minute. I don't remember writing this. Hey, this is dated 3 days from now. This paper is really old too. What's going on here? Told you guys, I'm from the future. I stole this from a museum. My diary was in a museum? Wow. So you admit that I wrote the graffiti, yeah, whatever. It isn't libel if it's true, right? Hey. Yes, that's correct, and in any case, the charge against Patricia is hereby dropped. You do owe someone an apology, though, Delia. Yeah. Not you, duty head, he means Patricia. Sorry, Patricia. It was Peter I was mad at. I didn't mean to get you in trouble for it. It's okay, he is a duty head. Hey! Well, at this point, man, the evidence is mounting against you that I think the end result of this trial is that Patricia is, not guilty of anything, and you are guilty of being a duty head. Case closed. You cleared Patricia on most of the charges. Only thing left is the matter of her making a weird 3-armed doll. Well, what's wrong with that? So she has a weird doll. So what? Because you can't just go around being weird and different all the time, no matter how much you want to. Ma and Pa say it ain't proper. Yeah, it's part of the social contract. Did you sign a contract, Patricia? I didn't sign anything, I promise. It's not that kind of contract. Well, I think that if we're dealing in a court of law, then contracts kind of matter. I have evidence concerning the doll, I guess. You guess? That doesn't sound very evidential. What did you find? Well, I found this little arm that looks like it was torn off a rag doll. But if Patricia's already had 3, let me see. Oh, yes, this is mine. Look. Patricia holds up her doll, showing you stitches where she fixed the hole left by the torn off arm. Wait, your doll was originally a regular 4-armed one? Uh-huh. I made it based on yours because I thought it was neat. Hang on, a 4-armed doll is regular in 1692? Not everywhere, but around here, yeah. I get so bored. I wanted something different, so I made a doll with 4 arms. But I'm not allowed to be different, so I had to tell Ma and Pa it was a regular fashion for dolls, and I don't know, it just became a thing. I think I get it, but the 3 was weird, not because it was 1 more than 2, but because it was 1 less than 4. So you were mad because you thought Patricia had out-differented you by having an asymmetric doll. Yeah. Sorry, Patricia, that wasn't fair. Your doll's really good. I like it better than mine. There are 3 kids in this room accusing, and like the judge, the jury, and the executioner, but only 2 of them ever mattered. 2 of them were coming down to being her fault still. Oh, thanks. I forgive you, Delia. Our dolls can hug and make up, hee. Say, that's funny. I just noticed the fabric on the missing arm has gone all stiff. Like it's really old or something? Yeah, I brought it back from the future. Where did you find it? We haven't really resolved what happened. Pfft, who cares? It's just a stupid rag doll. If your parents had any money, you 2 could have real dolls instead of making your own out of trash. I found it in a secret compartment in Peter's nightstand. Why you? Yeah, that figures. Not surprising in the least. Charge dismissed. So what's left? Everything's been accounted for. Congratulations, Patricia. You've been acquitted of all charges. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Mr. Grammy. No problem. I was happy to help. Is there anything we can do for you in return? Well, there is one thing I'm curious about. Do you kids know anything about witches? Witches? You mean like black magic, consorting with the devil, that sort of thing? Yeah. Check out this rube who thinks witches are real. Yeah, that's just scary stories parents tell their children to make them go to bed on time. I mean, I literally can control cheese with my mind and travel in time. I maybe have a few witchy abilities. In fact, I could bewitch you with my silver tongue in order to convince you of it if I really must. So no witches, no witch trials, nothing like that? Nope, not that I've ever heard of, and my dad travels the whole region in his court circuit. Okay, thanks. Guess we'll call that good. The kids are hanging out and chatting amicably. It's nice to see them getting along. Ask to borrow Delia's house key. Excuse me? I need it for a time travel thing. He probably wants to burglarize you and make a killing on the antiques market in the future. That wouldn't work. If he took something from now into the future, it would still be new. Antiques aren't valuable unless they go the long way round. He might actually have a point there. You would have to tell that it had aged. Otherwise, you would be suspicious of when and where it actually came from. Look, why actually do you want my house key? Well, I'm not exactly sure, but apparently your house catches fire sometime in the future, and I think it might be a good idea to prevent that. Wow, yes, okay, I agree with you. Unfortunately, I lost my key when I was out playing in the countryside. Do you have some kind of magic future way to find lost keys? Well, maybe I'll think of something. Keep an eye out for the key in the countryside. Like, maybe I will just randomly come across something like that. I don't think there's, you don't know when you are, much less where. Yes, okay, so that makes sense. I wouldn't be able to do that right now at this point in time. I'm just thinking if there's anything near the museum that would count as the countryside, but I bet it'll be like a random wandering event or something to that effect. She gives you a cheerful nod, ran into Tom. Had a big talk about all these things. Buried, haha, riding the circuit. Gone for many days. None of that is anything new. Anything that I want to be worried about. I could check in and see if anything is, like, changed from all that. I set aside my little, like, list of things to check up on after the fact, and maybe that'll still feel worth it. I think that's, like, all fully resolved, though. I did all my different, like, little questy things there for the sake of that. Right. The one last thing I wanted to check in regards to that was the little write-up about the event. Oh, it didn't actually, it's still decayed, I guess. It didn't get any better for that reason, but I thought maybe it would have a little something more to it. I think we've more or less dealt with that. I don't think any of that would count as countryside. I can obviously move the outhouse to more places. I don't think I'm going to do that right this second, because I would rather explore some of these other things and then worry about opening up some of those other paths. One thing I haven't done in quite some time is kind of just a revisiting of the things I own. I think I can skip through almost anything that is like an equipable item. I doubt any of those would have anything like new or different. Food and potions, like almost definitely not. Combat items. These, I don't think, ever really have anything to do. Using this to the keyboard, way better. Yeah, they don't have the sort of things you can do outside of any of that. The newspaper, I think I have read this before. Manifesto, it's the same thing every time. To-do list. The stamp from Murray's letter. I've already done that once. Look at the map. Gonna need to take a bus. I've seen all of that. The dough baby recipe. 3 cups of mana-enriched flour mixed up with something called sandwich cream and baked in an arcane oven. So maybe now I actually have the sandwich cream and could go do that. Gives you may deliver it to Oved Lobdell on SIT campus. That's still a little ways away. This looks like, you know, the no tongue thing makes me think of what goes along with the cat boons. It's like a little tongue lick. So maybe those are connected, but it's not going to matter immediately. Alright, well now I have a reason to go back to Ocean City here to at least round out one little thing. Oh. But I didn't double check that I have sandwich cream on me. I probably don't, actually. Because whatever I would have bought, I poured in that cat's thing. Damn it. Alright, I gotta run back. And now I have to do another wander. The future version of yourself strolls up to you and hands you a fat wad of meat. You know it's the future version and not the past version because you don't remember this happening before. 300 meat. Here, take this meat. Technically, I guess I should be repaying it to the future me, but that's me now, so you'll have to do. What? But what's the point of in giving me meat if I have to give it back to me later? You'll be making meat more easily later, so this won't seem like as much then. Just think of it as a no-interest loan. On the contrary, I actually am interested. He rolls his eyes at you. Sheesh. Future you is a jerk. Yeah, anyway, don't forget to pay you back, or the universe will probably explode or something. Honestly, money has never really been an issue in this game. I'm sitting on quite a healthy stack of meat, like a Scooby-Doo style sandwich. Just stacks on stacks of the stuff. I guess I'll buy 2 just cuz. Maybe I should have bought 6 just because I was given the meat to do so. No, I'll get my one simple purchase out of the way. Ooh. I don't think it was the fridge factory. I had another reason that I potentially need to go to that, but that's not what I want to do right now. Basically, I'm just looking for an arcane oven, and there was a chance that there was one in here. I did have an entirely different reason to come back to here, and I guess I'll do it now. Because the crane broke after I did all this quest here. The crane, I think, was meant that I could have dropped the fridge on people and avoided actually fighting them or anything. Yeah, so it turns out don't have to, not worry about any of that. Not dealing with that right now. my reason that I thought I had to return to there would have been using that crane. So it seems like that is taken care of. Yeah, let's get at it. Fancy foods with mana enriched stuff. Do I not? How much? I only have one bag. Where do I get more? Damn it! I thought I was sitting on like a notable, like, better supply of it. Crud. All right. Well, I guess I'm still not making the dough baby yet. That's a little bit disappointing. I got to try to remember to hold on to some flour when I come across it for that purpose to build the familiar. At least we crossed off all that one specific side storyline going on there. Feel good about that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you with more Shadows Over Loathing soon. And be sure to pitch those episode titles. Gotta remember to include that whenever I can.